Welcome to Married AF. We are your hosts, Brooke and Randal Fowler. On this show, we discuss the topics that really matter.
Like big veiny cocks and our favorite TV shows.
So pull up a chair at our kitchen table and hang out.
While I bulldog my nuts.
Hello, everyone. This is Married AF. We are the ones that bring you the hot shit, and you do what you're told, okay? You come here to learn, we're going to teach. So school's in session.
Oh.
Motherfuckers.
So serious.
No, we got a lot to get to tonight, though. We are slammed to the tits.
Okay.
Phone's about to die. I need charger. ASAP.
You had pulled the charger through that hole.
Yeah, it's still the pinky stinky.
Yeah, it was sticking up through that hole on the other side of the table, like, today, I thought, but...
We're going to put two in the pink.
Yeah, there you go. My phone has got enough to last through this show.
All right, so
Probably.
we're rolling. Hey, got a first thing we got to start with. Boom. Got to see how you feel about this.
Mm-hmm.
Boy Scouts just welcomed their first class of girl Eagle Scouts into the Boy Scouts.
Aren't those called Girl Scouts?
That's what I was wondering. See, I haven't been keeping up with this. This really blows my mind. As I looked into this, there's a whole thing. I remember being a Cub Scout when I was really little. I never really got into the Boy Scouts. I remember Cub Scouts. Then it started getting all weird.
Yeah, then it's like Boy Scouts, and then it's Eagle Scouts or whatever.
I know Eagle Scouts are the real fucking deal, son.
That's like the grown-up ones, right?
Those guys that are committed, and now girls can be Eagle Boy Scout. See, that's where I need help from the listeners.
They're not Boy Scouts. They're, I guess, Girl Scouts. But because Girl Scouts do some of this, they don't just sell cookies. They do some of the outdoorsy wilderness stuff too, I think. Right?
Absolutely. But here's the thing. The Boy Scouts back in 2019 tried to drop the word boy from their name to just be Scouts.
Okay.
Because they were doing the all-inclusive tolerance,
Sure.
kumbaya, which is fine, whatever. But guess who sued them? So they couldn't drop the Boy Scouts. The Girl Scouts, sons, because it would make them look like they're less tolerant because they would still have the word girls and boys if they couldn't just own the right to be called Scouts, because then the Girl Scouts look like they're the ones being gender biased.
Could they just form, like, combined forces?
No, because the girls don't want to give up the dough from the cookies. It's all about they make so much more money than the Boy Scout. First, why do the Boy Scouts sell horrible popcorn and the girls sell delicious cookies?
They just thought of the better shit to sell before the boys did. I don't know. But, why can't... But I'm saying as an organization, why can't Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts, like, combine forces as, like, the scout program of America or whatever and have, you know, if you want to sign up to sell cookies and do that, great. If you want to do the, you know, like...
In this new world,
have all the different shit.
You're absolutely right. In this world, that's what should happen. Why it shouldn't happen? Because you'll have 11-year-olds banging in their tents when they go out.
Yeah.
They'll be getting it on at 11.
Stop. Supervision would still be required. Sorry, I got a burp.
Did you not ever go to a church lock-in?
No. My mom did not fucking let me.
Go to churchy poo, lock in with the guys and girls. Still playing with each other's genitals, smelling the fingers.
No, my mom was like, oh, you want to go to a church lock-in? A likely story, Brooke.
I went to a bunch of them. Guess where most of the shenanigans happen? Church lock-ins.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure... yeah. Actually, maybe I'm trying to think. I might have told my parents I was going to a church lock-in at one point and then just stayed out all night.
Church lock-ins...
But...
are a free pass to rascaliness.
I don't think they do those anymore.
Oh, I doubt it, but I'm just saying when they did, dude, all the rascals went. You found straight up dudes out of the Crips and the Bloods showing up. I'm not this bitch. I'll do the church thing so I can lay with her. And you just spread out freaking sleeping bags and you think they can put all the eyes on all the kids? No.
All night.
Somebody's putting some fingers in another kid.
Stop it. Stop.
Things are going to happen, son.
No.
So I don't understand it. I don't know. It's freaking weird.
What's
going on with the Boys and Girl Scouts? Don't know.
Why'd you do that? Isn't there a lid for it? Oh, is it because the little cover for the lid is missing?
I don't want ice in it.
Okay, it doesn't matter. You got no towel up in here.
I do.
You do?
Have one underneath me.
Okay.
All right, so, yeah, about the Boys and Girl Scouts, no one knows. Nobody chimed in. They don't want to be politically incorrect. I get it.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to chime in on that.
Well, my answer is obviously just correct, and
it absolutely could be. And probably is. Listen, I want to also talk about this.
it's logical.
Why doesn't anyone use these anymore? Where are the gentlemen?
So for me,
a flask.
How do you clean that fucking thing?
Do you ever really clean a flask? Is it possible? Your point is made. I think you just let them marinate.
That's what because when whoever gave you that, I think Paul gave you that, or no, who gave you that?
I think your dad and mom
maybe
gave
my
you this one.
maybe my parents gave you
Yeah,
that. You have another one that Paul gave you, but like
his was a Packers.
The first time you used it, and then I was like, okay, and I looked at it and I was like, I don't know what to do with this because I think it's like that kind of. Hang on, cheers.
Ooh.
I wasn't sure if because all those metal, all the tumblers and stuff we have that are metal, we hand wash them, but you can't, there's nothing you can fit in there but like a pipe cleaner. So I was like, I think I might have just put it in the dishwasher, but I don't know if I'm supposed to or not. But that's the shit that I think about when I look at a flask. I'm like, that thing is probably yucky inside.
Anderson Cooper says it's because they don't hold enough. He's a full-blown alcoholic.
Yeah, that too.
That's very true. That's why real champions.
What do you have in there?
A little bit of the tasty.
Little Pink Whitney.
Hell no, that's for bitches, sons.
Shut up.
No, absolutely. Just saw my shot glass. It was pink, and I poured some of this in it.
Oh.
I love the Pink Whitney, son.
What? Chip said to rinse it with a little bleach. Eey. But then, bleach would be in there.
In your stomach line.
Yeah, I feel like that's not good for you. Do you know what anniversary we're circling somewhere around here? Or did you know that, right around now, and I don't know the exact date because I'm not a good podcaster, but it's our 3-year.
Yeah. I saw today our cover thing.
Yeah, it's our Married AF 3-year anniversary. Sometimes he's right around now.
I thought you were going to say the anniversary of your fingernail getting cut out because I saw that today.
I did see that too. We were just talking about that the other day.
Yeah, because I've got an ingrown stinker, but I did the surgery myself.
Okay, an ingrown is different than mine.
Well, yours went to the depths of hell.
Mine got infected. My nail bed got infected.
Yes, and the end of your finger was this big.
So funny. It was.
And it was gross to watch.
The best. I mean, it hurt so bad when she put that needle in there to numb it, but then all the pus came out. Oh, it was glorious.
By the way, sons,
Why?
Shout out to Roka.
Oh, yes.
Barbara 20, sons. Quit fucking around. Listen, you want to be a champion of Silvertown? It might be required that you have Rokas to get into the pool this summer. We don't know. The council hasn't decided. We're going to talk about it. Rokas are where winners go. Be a winner. Get the Rokas. Buy a bunch of cheap shits, break them, or get one pair. It's damn near unbreakable, sons. They are possible. If your son steps on them,
directly
turns on them, and squishes them, they will break.
He didn't mean to. He's just my child.
All right, so I got a whole new segment I want to start on first. And this is because I just now discovered the gloriousness that is Urban Dictionary.
What? How have you not Googled something and come across that?
I have, but I didn't realize the search function and the shit that you can find. I've seen it come up as a search result.
I've had to look up certain things in rap songs because I'm I feel like that is naughty, and I have to look it up in the Urban Dictionary to find out what it is.
So I'm going to ask you these
I am lame.
and get your...
Okay.
You tell me what this is. What's a slow roast?
Oh, Jesus.
And you want me to use it in a sentence?
Yes, please. That would be helpful.
Stallone likes to hand out the slow roasts.
That's not helpful at all. Is it a smokestack natter day.
No. A slow roast is when someone hugs you and they hold on
Aww.
for like too long, and some people get uncomfortable, but then the hugger that's holding on takes pleasure. That's called a slow roast.
Takes pleasure in the fact that you're uncomfortable?
Or just sexual pleasure because they enjoy holding you beyond your will.
Does he slow roast you?
No, he's just a big hugger.
Oh, he's just a nice guy. Slow roast. I thought it was going to be something way more yucky than that.
All right. What's a semen demon?
Wow. Okay.
A semen demon. Does anyone know what a semen demon is? If you do, chime in.
You went from nice, calm, slow roast straight to semen demon.
Yeah.
Is this like a scale of like slow roast to semen demon?
I don't know. I'd never used or heard the word semen. I mean,
is it a used condom that's found on the floor? I don't know.
What'd I say?
Semen demon.
No, a semen demon is a slut with an insatiable voracity for warm goo. That's a semen demon.
Okay.
I like how this is a slut. Boom.
Just a fucking slut.
You got to be a slut.
Wow.
All right.
I've also heard them referred to as cum dumpsters.
Yeah, but this one,
that is
they seek
harsh.
it out. A semen demon is out searching for the warm goo.
Just the warm goo, not anything else. That's yucky.
Do you know what a Dick Cheney is?
Getting shot in the face.
No, but if you had to just guess.
Taking a shot to the face. That's not a Dick Cheney?
No, and I'll say it like this. I'll use it in a sentence, even though I just read this. So-and-so is a total Dick Cheney.
Baby, I need the name for so-and-so. No, because that has no context.
So you would just go a shot in the face.
Yes, shot in the face.
A Dick Cheney is an oily, whore-faced, bean-stealing enemy of the people.
Wow. Okay.
The oily, whore-faced.
Oily whore-face. This is Webster's. This is not.
No, it's way better.
It's not PC at all.
All right, so I want the crowd to chirp in before
Chime
if you
in.
Google, you're fired. If you look this up, going off the honor code, sons, what is duck butter? Duck butter. First thing in your head, go. I'll give you a minute or so before Brooke chimes in with the winning answer.
I don't fucking know what that is.
Duck butter, sons.
Duck butter.
Danny O'Shea loves duck butter.
Okay.
He told me.
I feel like it's going to be real nasty.
Duck butter. Nobody knows. Nobody wants to chime in.
It's also like a 30-second delay, baby. So
we're just killing time. Right now, they're just hearing it.
Yes.
Right, well, we're going to go ahead and pull ahead. You go ahead and tell them, what do you think duck butter is?
For some reason, I feel like it's something real nasty, like the schmegma,
That's disgusting.
like goo that gets all in the folds.
It's close. You're in the right ballpark.
Okay.
But no, duck butter is a combo of sweat from the ball sack and anus.
Hey, I was
Meats
not
in
far
the
off.
middle, called duck butter.
I was not far off at all.
No, that is horrible, though. All right, here's the best one, sons. And we've got some of these here in Silvertown, in the greatest town in America.
Okay.
Everybody does. What's a swamp donkey?
Okay, that sounds very similar to like a lot lizard. So I'm going to guess it's like a slut that hangs out at the pool looking for trim.
No.
No?
On the gooch. Jeff Lottie coming in with the heat. The delay is powerful.
Yes.
All right, so here's the deal. A swamp donkey isn't just a slut.
Okay. Was I close?
Yeah, a piece of it, but it's a less than hygienic person with very low morals. That's a swamp donkey.
What does that have to do with this? I mean, I guess because they smell like a swamp and they smell like a donkey too. I don't know.
Swamp donkey.
Okay. Swamp donkey. That's a new one.
Swamp donkey is native to Dahlonega, Georgia. That's ridiculous.
I was gonna say like Butte La Rose, Louisiana sounds like where swamp donkeys live.
All right, so I'm going to drop in the occasional listener question as we go, so we get to some of these. All right, Brooke and Randall, what is your one favorite vocal ever recorded?
Oh my, what?
That's what it says.
Thriller.
Thriller for you? That's a good one. Not for me, though, sons. Uncle Randy's way more cultured than that. Although that's a great one. So I didn't even think of that. So maybe it's better. But not to me. I think the best vocal I've ever heard, sons, if it doesn't bring you to tears, something's wrong with you, son. Doesn't bring me to tears, but I'm dead inside, sons. But it's close. Chris Cornell, Nothing Compares.
Yes.
The acoustic version that he did is the best vocal ever laid down.
Absolutely.
Prove me wrong, son. Somebody prove me wrong.
No, that is because that song number one is fucking fantastic. I like it.
Was there a better voice than Chris Cornell?
But Chris Cornell singing it, incredible. I mean, that's too hard of a question. You can't really narrow it down.
Absolutely
I mean, like, because there's also like Purple Rain is also up there for me. Like, yeah, I mean, that's too hard. You can't. It's too hard to narrow down to one.
My favorite song that hear Prince perform other than Purple Rain is Cream.
Yeah, that's good.
Cream is championship. God, that sucks. He's dead. I mean, he's
incredible.
Underrated. Guitarist.
He is not underrated.
He is underrated. As a guitarist, people sleep on Prince. One of the best ever.
He's just a fucking...
Fucked everybody, sons. Didn't
Everybody.
care what color you were, what gender you were, what you believed
He could play everything, though. He could play the
banged
drums.
Everybody.
He could sing. He could play the drums, play the piano, play the guitar. He was just a fucking talented
5'1" with a 10-inch cock.
Easy. I bet he had a humongous dong.
Such a little bitty guy.
So pretty. His face is all pretty.
No, he was a very, very pretty man.
Cheekbones for days.
Oh, here's Stephanie here. Is she talking about, are you talking about Chris Cornell? I believe you are. Nothing Compares. Dude, if you don't feel the pain, his voice is just the shit.
It's haunting now knowing that he killed himself. Like, listening to that, something like that song with all that emotion and then knowing that he killed himself.
Is Jeff right about that? I think he is.
Prince wrote Nothing Compares to You. And then
Sinead O'Connor was just middle holder.
Yeah, he wrote it.
Powerful point. Powerful point.
Just like how Sia wrote Shine Bright Like a Diamond. And then Rihanna made it famous.
Speaking of Rihanna.
And then old boy from Douglas, Georgia last night slayed it on American Idol last night. That's right. We watched American Idol.
Rihanna's
Don't worry about it.
She's overrated, sons. I don't get it. It's just me, though, sons. All right, so here's something that we need to talk about. People are wanting to know. We've had multiple people reach out, and I'm not going to name names, from inside and outside of Silvertown, which is our community. Everybody knows that. But with summer, the pool coming up soon, everybody's getting prepared for the pool. It's going to be crazy shit. Silvertown champions.
Cannot wait.
But we've had people asking because they want to get in this Hall of Fame. This Hall of Fame is special, sons. It's not even what you don't even know. You can't even imagine the exclusivity of that Hall of Fame. So we've had people reaching out, hey, if we show our cans at the pool, can we get in the Hall of Fame? A bunch of women want to know, if I pull my cans out, will I get into the Hall of Fame? I'm going to let you answer.
I mean, you can't strive to get in the Hall of Fame. If something happens and your cans happen to come out, I can't imagine that would get you in the Hall. It would have to be the whole situation, the whole... Like it's a whole, I don't know. It's not something that you can try to do. If you're trying, you're not getting in.
It's been done too many times.
And tits aren't, I mean, like everybody either has tits or has a wife with tits that's like in Silvertown.
Yeah, but if you show your tits, like, to me, That's definitely, it's just
The
not
thing is,
Hall of Fame.
it's
Everyone's
trying
seen
too
some
hard.
tits.
It's trying too hard. I don't know.
Yeah. Now, I agree
Did
with
you see what Robert put on here? Nothing my love can't fix was a Grammy miss.
Absolutely. But he got robbed. Everyone knows Joy Lawrence, one of the best musical talents of our life.
Yeah, and Stallone's right. Never try or you never will. Like I don't want people asking how they can get in the Hall of Fame.
It's
you
running
know what?
rampant, though. We're getting lots of.
But when you're
inquiries.
asking how you can get in, that means you're never going to get in.
It's the same way as when you ask, "How do I know if I'm high?"
Bingo.
But here, your answer was spot on. I'm going to elaborate a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
If your cans pop out, like because your kid shits in the pool or something, and you dive in to catch them, or they're beating up another kid, and you dive in and your tits and cans come out, might be Hall of Fame. If it can be an accent,
depending on the situation, like what was going on
Sure.
to cause it. You know, like if you just stand up and bust your tits out, you're probably going to get fucking kicked out of the pool for one, because all of our kids are going to be there.
well, you're going to get your feelings hurt because you're going to go through all the trouble of showing your cans, and then you don't get in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that letdown?
Yeah.
Can't just pull the cans out. Can't
No.
pull the wiener out either, son.
No,
you can't.
don't. You're going to end up getting the cops called on. That
You pull your wiener out, you'll get beat up, arrested. You
Yes,
cannot pull
I'm calling the fucking cops if you pull your wiener out around my kid at the pool. That's
No
it.
guy's got the balls to pull out his little bitty wiener at the pool.
But yeah, just stop. Just I don't know.
No, but proper attire. I'm going to lay it down on the guys. You lay it down for the girls. What's the proper attire? For men champions, this is it. Champion bathing suit bottoms, sons. 2 inches above the knee, minimum. If you're busting cargo shorts past your knees, sons, we're going to bust all over you, sons. You're going to want to go home. You might be kicked out of the pool if it's up to Silvertown. No long shorts. Who does that anymore, sons? No one. Shorter the better, sons.
Yeah, show it off.
Rokas, or at least a power move sunglass, son. Needs to be oversized, very big, sons. Raccoon eyes, sunburn is in. You want that. That's a status symbol. That means, hey, I tan a lot. I spend time at the pool.
For you though, like when you wear big sunglasses, you have a hat on and your beard, like your face is protected.
I get red right here.
It's like, yeah, there's a very small portion of your
Triangle.
cheeks that are in danger of being sunburned. So women, I'm not going to tell fucking women what they should wear at the pool. What I would say is wear what you're comfortable in.
That's a great thing.
And you feel the best in.
Yes. That's a great call for women. Very safe. Very politically correct. And solid answer.
Yeah.
Dudes, I'm just saying, no long shorts. What the fuck you doing, sons?
And if you plan on going down the slide, don't wear a fucking string bikini, for fuck's sake.
Oh, cans come out all the time on the slide. If you're like if somebody wanted to see cans all day, they'd park in front of that slide and never take their eyes off of it.
Which that's going to be our stomping ground, is right at the end of the slide. We already called it. Silvertown's going to claim the tables right there at the end of the slide, over to like right next to the splash pad.
That whole set, that quarter.
That whole corner is going to be squad.
And listen, sons, I know some of you are like, this community can't be as cool as it sounds. Let me tell you, I've been to a bunch of community pools. None of them fuck like Silvertown's pool, son. Listen, we're drinking all day. We're power drinking, son. The kids are taken care of. We bring community coolers for the kids. Hey, they're going to take care of each other. They can pull from everybody's cooler, no big deal. We got reefer blazing over here on the left side somewhere. Somebody's got the dankety-doo-dah. Found out. We got a couple people like the nose candy, like to play with the booger sugar, sons. That's in the bathroom. That's why you see people running back and forth. You think they're going to piss? No, sir. They're taking little bumps off their little,
oh my God.
little key bumps, sons. We do that here in Silvertown.
Stop it.
On the weekend, sons.
No.
That's what Stallone says. I don't know.
Is it what Stallone
Kilmer
said?
says it's all over the place.
Okay. Anyways,
the pool is a championship place.
that's the next thing we're looking forward to, if you can't tell, is for the pool opening. Because since we're obviously not going to get any fucking good snow days here this year, fucking sucks.
No, but there are going to be...
Moving on to summer.
I'm going to predict way more Hall of Fame attempts gone bad that are just hilarious.
It's just going to be sad if people are trying.
Because y'all don't understand. Terminator Could have been in the Hall of Fame before it even existed, sons, from last summer. The man drowned himself to win a breath hold contest.
I know.
Like a winner.
I thought about that
That's
when we were talking about it when they were over here the other night. I was like, oh, that could have been Hall of Fame.
And what'd he say? He said, I'll die first. He held his breath till he passed out, sons. He swallowed his dip. Got pulled out of the water. We watched the whole thing. Watched him drown. Was concerned, but didn't jump in. His buddy pulls him up out of the water. He's dead like a
The lifeguard didn't care either.
Lifeguards give no fucks, sons. Here in Silvertown,
Lifeguard was watching the kids.
Yeah, we employ 10-year-olds to be the lifeguards.
They're like 16, I think is the minimum. They have to be able to drive themselves there.
2 times Terminator's been willing to die for the cause, sons. Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yep.
When you start having competitions with your buddies about who can hold their breath the longest.
No, when you've been drinking, yeah.
Never good.
That's not good.
Terminator, sons. I'm going to do a quick little.
That's a hold my beer scenario for the Terminator.
Here, let me pour you a little something out of the flask you poo here.
How much does that thing hold? I feel like it's a bottomless flask.
All right, here's to the Terminator. Okay. The man's a legend, a living legend, sons.
Yes.
Can't be killed. All right, so here. I'm going to name off. I wanted to talk about this tonight. This is important. Okay. Marital advice. I've been pulling it. I want to get back to our roots, sons. What we do here, what we've always done is we save marriages. It's what we do in our real life. It's what we do when it's fun. It's why we're here, sons. That's our mission in life. If you love to be a Hall of Famer in anything, you don't deserve to be one.
I was just about to put that on there, yes.
Go ahead and put it. That's the truth.
Absolutely.
All right, so I'm going to tell you this published piece of marital advice, and you tell me what decade it's from. Starts back to 1900 and could go to 2000.
What is it? Sorry.
This is a published piece of marital advice from that decade. Oh, you tell me what decade
I
it's
guess
from.
the decade in like what century? Like
it's all to 1900 to 2000.
Okay.
And then we're going to talk about whether this could still be used. Is this good advice, bad advice? All right. Not going to go in any order, sons, because that wouldn't be cool.
Well, that would be off-brand for you.
You don't look.
Well, you have 75-point font on there. Like what? Okay.
All right.
You got to not
be
show me.
awkward and weak. These are for the women.
Oh, my God.
Are you confident?
Of course it is.
Overhaul that and turn into a puddle of shame. Guys get an ego boost from your awkwardness, wrote Stacy Rubis in her manual, How to Be Popular with Boys. It makes them feel more in control, more manly. And at the same time, they get more protective towards shy, trembling you. And don't forget, be wary of an overtly aggressive gesture that might threaten his sense of masculinity, of him being the one in control. What decade do you think that's from, and is that good advice?
I'm going to say that's from 1950s.
All right, that's from 1980.
Ew.
Actually, 1984.
Okay.
There is some truth in that. We've talked about don't demasculinize your husband.
No.
But the rest of it's weird.
But like, don't go out of your way to fucking seem like a damsel in distress, like dumbass.
No.
I don't know what is attractive about that.
No, nobody wants
If you're like truly just an awkward person, like there's plenty of things about me that are just awkward.
Sure.
But don't like try to do that. Like, I don't know.
All right, so that one we're going to give it a maybe.
I think it's
hey, be cool.
I'm going to say mostly no, but just like be yourself. Don't try to be awkward and helpless.
All right, how about this one? From the wedding day, the young lady should shape her life to the probable and desired contingency of conception and maternity. Otherwise, she has no right or title to wifehood.
Is that like 1900 to 1910?
It is 1900. You nailed it. For that, I'm going to take a drink. Well done.
Just the verbiage alone sounded, yikes.
So the synopsis of it in the 1900s was wife equals baby factory.
Well, it reminds me of fucking like Game of Thrones shit that like. Your
Yeah.
red flower is blooming. It is time to make children.
Yeah. I can't find a way to align with that one. I could kind of line up with the other one a little bit, but that one's kind of ridiculous.
No, that's straight up saying, bitch, you're here to make babies and sex with men.
All right. George W. Crane developed a set of marital rating charts, complete with a point system that allowed you to grade your wife with a neat numerical score. Women would lose points for not liking children, wearing red nail polish, going to bed with curlers in her hair, or wearing face cream. And she did not want to go to sleep after her husband. That could lose 5 points.
She wanted to stay up and watch TV after her husband, so fuck
No,
her.
you better be asleep before your husband.
Bitch, go to sleep. That is the 50s.
It's the 30s.
Fuck. I'm really hating on the 50s.
Yeah, everything's been the 50s.
Well, except for the one that I got in the turn of the century.
Yeah, all right, so what was
This
it?
is asinine. That's the fucking stupidest thing I've ever heard of in my life. I hope that chart was set on fire.
No, listen, can't go to bed with hair curlers, though.
What?
It's dangerous. Somebody roll around on one of those, they get stuck in their side.
Okay,
Not
baby,
having that.
you're thinking of, I don't know what you're thinking of. They're like foam little Velcro things that you put on your hair to make your hair stay curly. They're not plugged into
Still,
anything.
listen, your job is to be sexually stimulating for me.
Your job is
Be in the
to
bed and,
submit.
yes, submit and you need to be dressed to the nines when you go to bed. So I am,
Full hair and makeup.
yes, so that I
And
am
then-
aroused by you, because that's the
Oh
job.
my God.
All right. One of the most prominent marriage counselors of her day had some singular advice for ambitious women in an article for Reader's Digest. To be a successful wife is a career in itself, requiring, among other things, the qualities of a diplomat, businesswoman, good cook, trained nurse, a school teacher, a politician, and a glamour girl. Being a wife is your career.
Wait. What? Is this trying to convince women that to not work?
You can't have a job because you got multiple jobs in the home. Your job is to be a nurse, a politician, a diplomat, a sexual partner and pleasurer, a cook.
So many thoughts and feelings.
So what year do you think that is? What decade?
19. It's going to be the 50s, and I'm not going to say
I
the
would
fucking
go
50s.
with the one
50s.
you
I didn't want to say it because I would say it for everything else.
That is 50s. Listen, I don't want to sound like a doucher,
What?
but there's some of that, like, there's nothing wrong with either gender trying to live up to those standards,
I do that, and
whether you
I
work or not. That's what
work.
I'm saying. Both do. I'm a phenomenal cook.
Yeah, we both
I'm
do.
a PhD, sons. If you need me to diagnose your illness or fix your broken bones,
He's not really a doctor.
dude, perform surgery on my own fingers. No big deal. Pull my teeth with pliers when I was a kid.
Yeah.
No problem. So 1950s, no working for women. It's a bunch of bullshit.
Being wife and baby factory is
That's
your
your
job.
job.
Got it.
All right, here's the best one, sons. Uncle Randy,
You're slacking on making me the baby factory, babe.
listen to this one. When Sue, a housewife, showed up in Dr. Paul Pompano's office with a black eye given to her by her husband, Jack, the celebrity marriage counselor explained to her that while her husband was wrong to hit her, the fault was really hers for not understanding what he needed.
No.
In his Can This Marriage Be Saved column for Ladies' Home Journal, he wrote that when Sue refused to have sex after being beaten, she touched off another almost inevitable explosion.
I hate this person so much.
Sons, we're getting real here. Is that legit? Is that fair? Should she take some of the blame?
Of course not.
I'm just asking. What do the people think, sons?
No, of course not. And of
Hey.
course, this is fucking asinine. That is also the 50s. I'm just kidding. I hate the 50s, obviously. I'm going to say the 60s.
It is the 60s. What's incredible to me is this line. While her husband was wrong to hit her, the fault was really hers for not understanding
That
what
is
he needed.
so bad. That just made like my blood pressure and rage immediately. Like, it was her fault because she didn't, whatever she did. And then she didn't want to fuck him after he beat her.
Beaten.
Yeah. Bitch. Act right. Oh my God. That is insane. And that was a doctor that said that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dear Jesus.
All right. So
thank God for actual, like, logical doctors now, like Rachel Miller.
How far have times come since? That doctor wouldn't even recognize today's society, sons.
Oh, my God. I hope he's dead.
Right.
I hope he got beat to death by his wife.
A modern woman who is of the contentious type is often amenable to love and reason. If she will only listen quietly, a process that is painful to her, you may firmly, rationally, and kindly convince her she is not always in the right. A woman who will not listen to such a manifesto must be dismissed from your life.
A manifesto? I always think of like a serial killer, like the Unabomber, when I think of manifesto. What manifesto are you trying to fucking spout off to your woman?
I think you're just saying, if the woman doesn't listen and realize shit's her fault, you divorce her. That's what he's trying to say.
Oh, this has got to be like 1910.
It is 1910. You're starting to do the math. By the way, Dr. Muddington, a.k.a. Patrick Motherway, trying to find out we're Silvertown champions, he would blend right in. He would be on the council. Patrick Motherway cut his own finger off, laughed about it, sons. Puts his nub in people's anuses
He's
for fun.
immediately, he would.
He's championship material.
Yes.
We want him here. I need him here.
Look, Muddy, we'll DM you our address if you want to fucking come hang out at the pool and drive down the 12 hours from Chicago or whatever to come hang out.
All right, so this one right here. Well, I think we'll all agree this still holds up. And if you disagree, something's wrong.
This is going to be terrible.
Just be honest, though. Don't be politically correct, sons. Let's be real with each other. That's why we can't get nowhere.
This is going to be bad.
Real.
This is going to be really bad. I'm going to hate all of it.
Be a good listener. Let your husband tell you all his troubles.
Oh, God.
And yours will seem trivial in comparison. Mm-hmm. Don't bother him with petty troubles and complaints when he comes home from work. Let him relax before dinner. Discuss family problems after the inner man has been satisfied. Oh, preach. What the fuck, sons? Did Uncle Randy write that? Because that's how it runs in the Fowler house, sons. You better believe it, sons. I'm going to get kicked right in the balls right after this, sons.
Yeah, because for one, coming home where from work? At Callahan's, hitting golf balls?
Shit's emotional for me. I'm terrible at golf.
And two, shut up. That's also the 50s. I'm just kidding. It has to be. It sounds like fucking arbitrary and fucking so terrible. I'm going to say the 40s.
It is the 40s. You're now dialed in. But let me just tell you.
Circling the 50s.
Now, what, though? There's a little nugget of that. Listen, if you put yourself back in that time where the man was the primary breadwinner.
Sure.
Like, I'm not saying it's right, but you gotta,
and the wife was at home doing
of these, that's the most logical. Compared to, like, it's your fault you get beat and you don't want to fight, that's ridiculous. But this kind of makes sense. Like, at least let him breathe if he works all day and you're staying at home, which to me is still a harder job. I've always said that. Way harder than work.
Like, I get it. Don't just immediately unload on somebody when they walk in the door.
You should never do that, male or female.
That's what I'm saying. But you don't position it as your problems don't matter. Yes, his problems are more important than yours. Your day doesn't matter. His is the all important.
Yes.
That's not.
Now you're on it. Now you're buying in. I knew you would see it.
No, it's just a matter of basic respect of, like, let the person come in and, like, decompress maybe before you unload a bunch of shit on them.
I agree.
And they should have the same respect for you. It's about equal respect, not.
I've never been one. I don't love that, and I still try to practice that, and you might not even notice it. We both did, but let me finish my point. Like, when you know, you're such a good wife. Like, when you take and drive Griffin back home,
yes,
I try to make sure house is as clean as possible,
Yeah.
dinner's ready. You know why that is? So you don't come in and have to jump into a raging fire. That's kind of this.
Yes.
And that's just a respect thing. So.
Yeah. Well, but what I was going to say is nowadays, it's not like you have to wait till your husband gets home or wife gets home to tell them anything.
Oh, no,
we also
we're-
have cell phones that we're texting each other all day if we're not together, whatever's going on.
What she's trying to say is quit blabbing your problems by text message, too. Keep them inside. Bury your problems deep and don't communicate with your partner.
No, I'm saying that I don't think that even is as much of a problem now of like waiting till your significant other gets home to like unload everything from the day. I feel like partners now are communicating all day anyways, even when you're not together.
Now, listen, that's just not a problem
It's
for
not.
us. And I get there's some people that's a real problem. Like, and I'm sure they discuss it and they're open about it, but they're like, you know what? If you just give me a minute, give me a minute before you tell me what caught on fire today,
Or
what animal
who got in
died,
trouble at school.
or this. Just
Yeah.
give me a minute,
Yeah.
which I think is just fair. Human decency, sons. All right, here we go. This one.
Honcho said 10-minute rule before the macing begins.
Well, that's very nice of Mrs. Honcho to give him 10 minutes.
It is a little buffer.
Yeah. The thing is, whether it's a good or bad day, still getting the mace, Honcho. He doesn't care, though. It doesn't bother him.
He takes it on the chin like a champion.
All right. Dear Abby penned her 10 commandments for wives, which included this gem. Permit no one to tell thee that thou art having a hard time of it.
Okay.
Neither thy mother, thy sister, nor thy neighbor, for the judge will not hold her guiltless, who letteth another disparage her husband.
What?
And it's not just others who weren't allowed to discuss your husband's faults. It was you, too. As another item on the list was thou shalt not nag. But perhaps the finest example of just how far women had come was the number one commandment. Defile not thy body, neither with excessive foods, tobacco, nor alcohol, that thy days may lie long in the house which thy husband provided for thee.
Preach.
What a champion.
I mean, how is that not before 1900s?
Well, basically what this champion was saying was, don't let anybody talk shit about your husband. No one. Not your sister, not your mother, not your friend. You beat their ass as soon as they do it. Uncle Randy agrees, son.
Okay.
That should go both ways.
Yes.
You got your, that's ride or die, sons. Boom. That part holds up.
It does, but I don't like the tone.
No, but, all right, well, let me finish. Thou shalt not nag. Hey, it's up to you guys.
Okay, I don't think that's a good move. I agree that's not a good move. There's other ways. You don't nag, because then I feel like it just builds up resentment. We've talked about this on both sides. Don't.
What about defiling thy body?
Go
With
fuck
excessive
yourself.
food,
I'll
tobacco, or alcohol.
I'll do what the fuck I want with my body.
Thy days may lie long in thy house, which thy husband provided for thee.
Nope.
Yes.
Scratch all that.
That's how winners get done.
No. I'm supposed to make sure that my body is just like naked in the bed waiting for you, is what that sounds like. Which, sure.
No, but it also says, don't be shoving food down your pie hole all day, honey. Don't be getting plump around the edges. You better stay firm and hard for the hubby that provides the home for thee.
And don't be drinking, because that's for the men's to be doing. So that has to, I mean, just the... That sounds like it's from fucking biblical times.
1970.
It's for fuck's sake.
1970. Stallone, we need to go back to the old days.
Of course, of course.
All right. Because of his hormones, he only has 3 emotions.
Oh, my.
Crabby, hungry, and horny. So agree with everything and explain nothing. Then do what is best for you. If someone else doesn't like your confidence, that's their problem. Why? You always come before they do. That's why.
Wait. Is this somebody talking to a man?
No, talking to a woman.
Okay.
So this is obviously
So this is
pretty
2000.
because you see the shift.
Yeah.
Now it's like women's movement, empowerment.
So that's
Fuck
like 2010.
you. It's 2000.
2000?
See?
Okay.
That's what happened, sons. We put too much on them. Now they battle back.
Well,
no respect.
that's the pendulum swing. It's like it was so far this way.
But jumps to
that now they got to
fuck 'em.
swing so far the other way to say like the man doesn't matter, which isn't
do
the
whatever.
truth.
Say you'll do one thing, do the opposite.
No.
That's what they're saying. That's what the 2000s brought in. It's true. That's actually true.
I mean, I don't, but I completely disagree with everything prior.
But you kind of understand. There was like,
yeah,
if you look back at the oppressive nature of, you kind of get why we're so fucked now the other way.
Yeah, I
now
get it.
Life is, now we got Eagle Boy Girl Scouts. Don't know what name. They're suing each other. No one wants to be.
Just make it the fucking Scouts and move on.
Sell
cookies
tolerant.
and popcorn and do outdoor shit. Fuck.
All right, so here's this.
Okay. Everybody just respect each other. Nobody's better than anybody else.
Number one rule is always act like a lady, which means don't swear. Never have sex on the first date either, and only accept weekend dates if he asks, no later than Wednesday. If you accept out of eagerness, he will feel you are easy, and he will move on to someone who makes him work a little harder. And if we've learned anything from 120 years of marital advice, it's that history does not look kindly on a woman who does what she wants.
Babe, why haven't you run for the hills? I'm so guilty of all those things.
Well, this one is a throwback because this is 2010.
What?
Yeah.
What?
So,
Wait.
yeah. Patty Stanger published her 10 Commandments for Women Looking for Love in 2014.
Okay.
And her number one rule was to always act like a lady.
And did she get laughed at? I mean, I get it. Like, I get to some degree the, like, hold out, don't sleep with them on the first date. Like, whatever. But the other shit's ridiculous.
I think that's craziness. After you're like, once you're like in your 30s and shit, nobody cares about that.
True. And I mean, do what the fuck you want. If you wanted, I mean, I don't know. That's just trying to be too calculated about it or something. I don't know. Just be natural.
All right. Got another listener question here. Brooke. Mm-hmm. Who's uglier, Jay-Z or Steve Buscemi? This is the kind of shit we get. This kind of rascally, hard-hitting question. Who is uglier, Jay-Z or Steve Buscemi?
Steve Buscemi.
I think Jay-Z. Steve Buscemi is toe up, but so is Jay. If you ever looked...
Yeah, but, okay. I don't want to, like, break down why somebody's ugly. Steve Buscemi's a brilliant fucking actor, and he's amazing. And Jay-Z is, like... Craft. Yeah, Jay-Z is at the top of his fucking game. He's married to Beyonce. Like,
God, he's ugly, though. Man, he's
But look at Steve Buscemi's teeth compared to... Okay, Jay-Z and Steve Buscemi... Both have got bug eyes.
They do.
For days. So that's equal.
Fair.
It's the teeth that do it for me. For Steve Buscemi over Jay-Z. Like, Jay-Z just has, like, big teeth, but they are, like, they seem fine. Like, as far as... And that's coming from a person with real crooked-ass teeth.
Man, this is a tough... It's actually... I'm making fun of it. It's a good question. They're both pretty beat up.
Yeah.
But
there's just something about Steve Buscemi's mouth that is less attractive to me than Jay-Z's.
And he has never not worked since he became an actor.
He's fucking amazing.
He's awesome.
And, you know, I've been casually watching Boardwalk Empire, and he fucks a lot.
In that movie? In that
show? Because he's like a big deal. Like, he's a rich...
Powerful man.
Powerful guy. Like, so he has, like, young, hot girlfriend. Yeah, so I'm like, ooh, all right. I guess.
All right.
Go ahead.
What's my other...
That was a very serious question.
Okay. We got 2 more listener questions and we'll be done. How long are we? Where are we at?
47 minutes, baby.
Okay, we got plenty of time. All right. So, hey, guys, I was hoping you could help me with this problem. My husband says that I do not initiate sex enough and that it causes 99% of our arguments. Does it really matter who initiates as long as it gets done?
Yeah, it matters. I think it matters to the degree of, like, if one person constantly... What are you cheersing to?
I don't even know.
You know where we are, baby? I think if one person is the only one always initiating sex every single time, it would start to get into their head that the other person isn't really interested. They're just trying to get it over with or whatever. You know, like, I feel like it's got to be like, for us, it's more natural. Like, we don't like keep a tally. At least I don't. I don't even know. I feel like we both.
No, we're both not. We're both against tallies of all kinds. We've talked about that. Openly.
Any kind of scorecard in your marriage
bad.
is going to lead to disaster. But like, so I feel like if you just try to naturally initiate it, when like if you want to do it, initiate it.
Make it happen
on both sides. Like, don't sit there and wait for the other person to initiate it. But like, I don't know. That's
Stallone.
That's
Here, I'm going to disagree with Stallone, my buddy here.
Well,
and
guys,
I agree
I think,
with my wife. I'm
yeah.
going to agree with you. I think it's very important that it be split. If you want to feel like the other one wants you,
yes.
that needs to be shown. That's an important part of a lasting marriage, because if somebody starts feeling like they're not wanted, that it is an obvious, clearly to the husband, it's a problem. If he says it's, 99 is outrageous.
So, like, I feel like it more often would hurt. It would take a lot longer for a man to notice that.
Agreed. If you never initiate it with your wife, she'll get hurt quicker.
Way quicker.
But when a dude, it'll be, it's a problem.
It's got to be decades of a woman never showing any interest. Like, that hurts my heart. If that's a guy asking that, like, because that means that's been a long fucking time that you're like, hang on.
No, we're in 100% agreement.
So, I mean, quit being fucking selfish. And if you love your husband, fucking initiate it. If you want it, initiate it. Like, don't wait for him. Because he wants it all the time, I promise. I promise you, he wants it all the time. So if you initiate it, it makes it even hotter. That's my 2 cents.
All right. So what did you guys think about Ted Cruz going to Cancun during the Texas snow apocalypse?
Oh, it's fucking terrible. And poor Shanna, like her pool shit, like she posted a picture the other day of her, like the pool filter, like the pipe had bust and there was water now like spraying out of it because her pool froze.
But so what do you think about Ted Cruz?
I think Ted Cruz is a sack of shit. And I mean, he's privileged, and then he's throwing his kids under the bus. The fucking SNL skit with
here's the deal.
Bryant playing Ted Cruz is hysterical.
I believe both. I think who gives a shit, and he's a piece of shit. I see both sides of the argument.
Yeah.
So for one, he can't fix it. It's not like if he sits there, he can make it better. As a politician,
it's a stupid decision.
Terrible move, though.
So dumb.
You got the money for a generator and shit. You're fine.
Yeah.
But now his wife, Queen Whitey, sending out the text messages to the other mommies in the neighborhood that got leaked. Savage. She was like, hey, let's all pack our shit and go to Cancun while these other peasants freeze. We can go. There's hotels with rooms. Let's go.
I mean, and that's the thing. They're obviously piece of shit rich people. And sure, but you're also a very public figure that is going to get fucking... I think he deserves what he's getting in the media. Like,
well, he came right back. So obviously he saw he was a terrible move.
Shit.
And then now, next day, flies back from Cancun, handing out water. Come on, bro.
Yeah, no.
You're cool now.
Too little, too late. But, I mean...
Terrible political
Exactly.
move.
If you're in politics, you're a fucking idiot for doing that. Like, you're a politician. You got to fucking... Exactly. You have money for I know you got a fucking generator at your mansion.
Oh, yeah.
And if you don't, you could easily get one.
You do. They have them built into their homes by then. They're that rich. They're built in. They're fine. Now, Texas is on its own power grid. Like, that's how Texas really could, like, succeed from the union. They're on their own. They're not on the national power grid. They're their own shit. Like, state of Texas, if a state really wanted to bounce, that's the one.
No, they could fucking bounce. So I saw a headline today. There was an 11-year-old boy that froze to death.
Oh, there's a lot of people died.
There was 58 people that died in Texas alone from, like, hypothermia, drowning, some of them, but, like, for the most part, freezing to death in their own homes.
If you drown during a snowstorm, sons...
I think it was when it started to melt, maybe.
Still, bad decisions all the way around. You kind of deserve to die.
Either way, I just saw the article that there was the family of the 11-year-old boy that died of hypothermia is suing the power company because they didn't weather or winterize their power grid.
The solar, or the wind.
The power
wind
grid.
Tunnels.
They didn't winterize it. And that's what caused everything to go out for so long. But they were even like, they were telling people, like Shannon was telling me, they were, because of course, like everybody's power was out pretty much. Her power was going on and off. It would be like 10 minutes on, 30 minutes off, hours off, whatever. But like, then they were telling people to stop using water and
they had to boil.
Stop using gas. But it's like, okay, so what the fuck do we do? Like,
no. And in that instance, starting to make me not blame Ted Cruz so much for bouncing because he had the means. I look back at it. If we lived in Texas and we had the means to bounce to like Susan's in Atlanta,
yeah,
I bet we bounced.
Yeah, but we're not politicians.
That's why I say I'm 50. I kind of get it, kind of don't. Bad political move. No matter what, you look like an ass bag.
If he's got generators at his house, he needs to fucking stay and batten down the hatches like everybody else. And
yeah, I think it hurt him though.
Yeah,
Dick move. Texas though, powerful shenanigans with that power grid though, sons.
Oh my god! Yeah, no, it was awful. It's
how's
definitely not made for that.
How's that wind energy going though, Texas? They're like, oh, we can keep everybody.
Do they have like the wind things like in Norway?
And they all froze. That's why they couldn't get a lot of the power. All of them froze. They had to fly helicopters and drop de-icing chemicals on them so they would try to run, but all their wind power was down because they were frozen. So didn't think it through, sons. Didn't think it all the way through. Want to be politically correct. Hey, want to save the environment. Want to have wind. People die, sons.
You got to have a backup. You got to have a fucking backup.
You're fired. Turbines, yep. All right, so here's this is breaking news, sons. Goddamn. This is ridiculous. Hurt Uncle Randy's heart. Chris D'Elia came out and broke his silence today.
I wanted to listen to all of it. You kept turning it off.
Chris D'Elia's been radio silent since he got canceled like 8 months ago. Mm-hmm. Was one of our favorite comedians. Watched him. Champion stand-up.
Yeah, went to a stand-up like...
One of our favorites.
2 years ago.
It was very good. Comes out, find out, they get into his DMs, been sending shit to...
Teenagers.
To Instagram people. Here's the deal, though. They exonerated him. The message he did send to a girl underage, as soon as he found out, he stopped communicating. That's true. They've proven that.
Yeah, as soon as she found out how old she was, he was like, ew.
He was like, ooh, my bad.
Yeah.
Now, it doesn't excuse, like, his messages to girls that were of age just showed that he's a douche. Like, he was like, oh,
it's a dirtbag.
I'm Chris D'Elia. We got to make out, though.
But being a douche doesn't warrant being canceled, does it?
No, I'm with you.
There's plenty of douches. I don't know if they necessarily need to be canceled. They just need to fucking get their shit together. Like, quit being a dirtbag.
So he was canceled, hardcore. Now, people that don't know, Chris D'Elia's father, very wealthy man. He's a rich boy.
Yeah.
Always been a rich boy.
He's never wanted for anything.
He's not hurting for money.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. He's always had the ability to live the life of being like a struggling comedian till he hit big and not have to worry about I have to wait tables or this or that.
He never had to wait tables.
I know. He didn't have to live that crummy life of like doing open mics and making $20 and all this shit.
Well, he still did that, but it wasn't like he was really struggling.
No, because he always had daddy's
money.
Right.
He wasn't doing that like to scrape together 2 dimes for rent. Like it was, he did it because he wanted to be a comedian, but he was always fine.
No, and he earned his chops as far as he came up. It took him years, blah, blah, blah. But here's the problem. Here's why Uncle Randy says you're fired and you're still fired.
Okay.
Because he handled it like a baby back bitch, son.
Okay.
The way you handle that, he's a champion. He's not a married man. When that shit comes out, you're a champion like D'Elia. You're a millionaire. You're one of the biggest comedians in the world.
Yeah.
And they break all this shit. You say, hey, sons, I fuck. I love it. I love to fuck. Sorry, sons. All of it was legal. All of it was consensual.
Yeah.
Suck my dick. I told the girl that was underage, you're fired. As soon as I found out, nothing weird happened. Yeah. The rest of this shit, you can go fuck yourself. I'll be at the Improv Friday night.
I know that
one.
Done
deal. Would have never, I'd have thought it was awesome. But he went radio silent like a bitch. And then on his statement today.
I think you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. And that it's just
you're not cancelable.
I don't think so either.
If you don't let yourself be. He let himself be canceled. So he gets what he deserved.
He's also he's like been raised in that Hollywood environment. And like, So I don't know.
He can't go back to being Chris D'Elia on his podcast, calling people babies and shit.
I know.
He can never go back.
And being the daddy.
Now he's a baby back bitch.
The cult leader and the daddy. Like, that's where it was fucking...
And here's what he did in his statement today.
And he was fucking that creepy Henderson guy on You, where he was chaining girls up in the...
He's definitely a douche.
Like, that's where, like, he wasn't actually doing that in real life. He was just being a creep over text message, but, like... I don't know if that necessarily warrants being canceled. He didn't touch anybody.
No, but it shows you that there is a real truth. Most, not all, but a big, just like people, most of them are douchebags. They're just tools. We got this idea of them, this grandeur.
Big dorks, yeah.
He's just trying to get a 20-year-old to come and play with his pee-pee before a show.
Yeah.
Just pulling shit out, Instagram, that lonely. That he's pulling Instagram and hoping that somebody will take the bait.
Didn't he just have a baby with somebody?
He did. He's got a fiance, but here's the deal. So then he comes off today. He apologizes again. He's all solemn and straight. If you like D'Elia, you know. He never talks in a serious tone. Never. Yeah. I've never heard him talk serious. So today's statement, he's like, hello, world. I'm here to just say that I was living a lifestyle that was just not conducive. It was sex. I just loved it too much. It was controlling me. I put too much value on sex. It was too important to me. I see that now. I've been taking this time. Everyone wants to know I haven't spoke because I thought it would be in my best interest to work on me. And I've been doing that. I've been in sex therapy. It's just garbage. Garbage. You're fired forever. Pussies, sons. Big fucking pussies. Write it down. Don't be a pussy, sons. Sometimes it's okay to stand your ground and be like, look, I'm a single guy. Dude, I'm not married. I love to fuck. Even if you're married, the worst case, you're an adulterer. You still love to fuck. Say that. You're not going to get canceled. Don't lie about it. Because if you say, oh, this is a problem. No, it's not. You just love to fuck.
So, like, why can't Chris D'Elia come back from this? Louis C.K. was jerking off into houseplants in front of people, and he came back and started doing shows and shit.
Because no one on planet Earth wanted to fuck Louis C.K. prior. People wanted to fuck D'Elia. They were lining up around the corner.
He's fine.
He can't come back from this. He'll never be the same. It's kind of on him, sons. You fucked up. Got to handle it.
He didn't actually do anything. That's what I'm just so floored about. Like, he was a creep. He was being a creep over text message and being yucky and just
protect the brand better, son. Don't be a bush league. What are you doing? Right. Surfing Instagram?
But like, I feel like he was kind of just like being who he acts like on his podcast and in his stand up in real life.
A doucher.
Right. Like, he was kind of just being that all the time. Like, for realsies. And he got canceled for it, and I'm just so confused. like who was surprised, for one, that he was being a creep? Because he talks about being a creep all the time. It really, really floors me.
Now, here's the deal, sons. Write this down. Listen to Uncle Randy for a second. Goddamn, listen here. Pull your ear close. Don't be a pussy, sons. Own whatever the fuck you are, sons. If you make a mistake, own that motherfucker and get on with it. The problem is nobody wants to own the shit. They want to make an excuse. Oh, I'm a sex addict. God damn, I like for people to touch me. I wasn't loved enough.
Okay,
bullshit, sons. You love to fuck. You're a dude. And if you're a girl that loves to fuck, love it. Say that too. I like to fuck too, sons. Cool. Guess what? I'm over it in a week. These PR people need to be fired. Ask Coble, the Hall of Famer, lives in Hollywood, sons. He'll tell you a bunch of douchebags that need better PR people.
He commented that said cancel culture, it's what our lives are right now. But then Youngblood said we need Fireball on the table. I'm going to need you to...
Listen, Fireball here, make me shit my pants, sons. Y'all want to know why last week's episode went in the crap can real quick? About to shit my pants. Almost threw up right here on my wife. One shot after Larry came out, and I almost threw up. Overstayed my welcome with the Fireball.
Was that
it happens.
1 week ago that we fired Fireball?
I threw it away. You were so happy.
I was, because I almost threw that bottle of Fireball away that night.
You should know me well enough to know. Guess what? He's going to run himself into the ground with that. So
That's why I didn't.
I'll let it. Yes, exactly.
Why I didn't.
He'll course correct. It might take something.
I was not 100% sober when Larry came out either. So I was laying in bed that night like, fuck this motherfucker.
I've never, though, like not, usually when you are turned off to a booze, it's because you like throw up or you shit your pants or both, piss yourself.
Me?
No, talking about people.
I'm like, when did I do all that?
People are like, oh, I can never drink tequila again because that time I went and I threw up all my Waffle House.
Yeah, like Jaeger for me is because I've thrown it up twice and I'm, nope. Like if I smell Jaeger, I'm like, huh.
I didn't throw up.
No, you didn't.
I didn't shit my pants, didn't piss my pants.
You didn't, but you had a lot in the tum-tum.
I don't know what it was, but that, I was like, I'm going to give it a day. Nope, wasn't better in a day. I went and smelled it and was like, nope, terrible.
And then we took a shot of it 2 days later.
And that's the day the show ended quickly.
And it was like a 57-minute show because you were like, all right, we got to go. And I was like,
and I had called, from the second we took, if you go back and watch it or listen to it, from the minute we take the shot, I'm no good anymore. I'm like, ooh, sour tummy, might poo, don't know if I'm going to puke or poo.
You were a little glistening the whole time.
And so I was like, yeah, it's fired. So moved on to stronger and better booze, more manly, Pink Whitney, sons.
Pink Whitney is delicious. However, your vodka, you need to be careful with vodka. I'm just saying, don't get too, because remember,
Goose. If you ever see a Grey Goose bottle in here, you have full authority to hit me over the head with it. You'll never see me get a bottle of Grey Goose.
Yeah, but vodka's vodka.
No,
right?
it was Grey Goose.
Okay.
That shit, for some reason, with cranberry.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yes, absolutely.
You know what I'm talking about, yeah.
If you see me drink a cranberry and vodka, give me the smoke, sons. I'm all about it. Y'all heard it right here.
Cranberry and Grey Goose or cranberry and vodka?
Grey Goose. Because there's something about Grey, which I haven't touched Grey Goose in 10 years, because there's something about that vodka. Just makes Uncle he turns into Monster Larry, sons. Not funny, nice Larry. This is Larry that'll fight anybody, goddamn. He'll fight anybody, everybody. Any day you want the smoke, you get it, son.
Except for me, because there was one night that I begged you to punch me in the face, and you even blackout drunk.
Never gonna do it, sons. But any dude,
even blackout drunk, you wouldn't do it.
No, but you want to be you'd be the biggest motherfucker on planet Earth. Yeah. Guess what, Larry? Take you to the streets, sons.
Everybody else gets blasted.
Nightmare.
And that's not fun for anybody. And
now I'm too old to back that up, so it'd be humiliating. So, yes, it's better for everybody.
You just made me spit my beer all over myself. You're not too old for that, baby.
No.
You can still blast.
No, I can't do that.
I don't want you to, though.
No Grey Goose and cranberry.
Nope.
All right, so, Crystalia fired. Ted Cruz fired. Okay, here's one. What do y'all think about young people dressing up like they're old so they can skip line and get vaccinated? That's a real thing. I looked up after the question.
Don't you have to show an ID to like?
No, these vaccines, they're so like people rushing. They're trying to get like 1,100 per site done to get the millions per day. That literally in Florida, always Florida.
Of course, it's Florida. There's enough.
Florida.
There's so many old people in Florida, though, too. They're probably like, just get them through here.
Yeah, there's video of these two girls dressed up as elderly women trying to skip line, which to me, it's, guess what? Right now, that's so fucked. You're such a prick. If you're cutting line in front of the old people.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're taking away vaccines from actual old people that really want to get vaccinated and that really are more at risk, then fuck you.
Dude, these are people like,
you're a dipshit.
These old people with diabetes and their legs are falling off, their arms are falling off, and literally a cough is a death sentence and you're stealing their vaccine. To me, you should go to jail for life. Firing squad, kill them.
To me, you're going to end up catching the fucking Black Plague and dying anyways because the karma is stacked against you.
What's the deal with Florida, though? And I want Skill to chime in here. What is the deal with Florida?
Is Skill in Florida?
Yeah.
Oh, more podcasting Florida friends.
Ira is putting on a Fat Boys comedy special down there that's going to be like
Where
on
in
TV.
Florida?
I don't know what part of Florida. What part of Florida are y'all in, Skill? They're champions, though. This is don't hate the Joker, hate the game.
Right.
By the way, they're going through a little bit of cancel culture themselves, sons. They've been on hiatus. I need a better explanation. We just need to have Skill on soon, and let's talk about it.
Yeah.
I need to hear what happened.
Well, because we have a couple podcasting friends in Tampa. So if they're in Tampa, we got the Wutskis and we got the...
we can hook you up, Skill.
We got the Untrained Eye and HT Nos. Oh, Riviera Beach. I have no idea where that is. Is that Miami?
Went down wrong.
Why are you coughing into the mic? Stop it.
hit the diaphragm, shot up immediately.
Yeah, but when you cough, don't turn to the microphone.
Why not?
I need you to turn away from the microphone when you cough.
I'm just trying to survive. That was a choking hazard.
Okay.
But go ahead. Riviera Beach?
I don't know where that is. Is that Miami? West
feel
Palm
like
Beach.
it's Miami.
He said West Palm Beach. That's eastern coast of Florida, I believe.
With a question mark at the end?
We know Florida geography clearly. I was born in Fort Myers, Florida. Don't know shit.
Let me tell you something
I think
else.
West Palm Beach is over there on the west coast, like, ish.
Let me tell y'all a fun story.
Across from Tampa, I think.
Probably the drunkest Uncle Randy's ever been down in Miami. Pissed in the kitchen of our hotel room. Thought it was the bathroom.
That
Sons.
was hysterical. And you cursed at me when I told you
Point
pissed in the
blank,
kitchen.
Pissed everywhere, sons. And it was glorious.
What's the funniest part is we were in this beautiful hotel room, the Ocean Hotel, I believe it was.
Oh, it was awesome.
It
right
was
on
awesome.
South Beach.
On South Beach, there was a huge high-rise hotel right next to it because we didn't have a reservation. We just went down to South Beach and walked into hotels to get one. It was
So lucky.
It was $400
We had
a
nowhere
night.
to live. No, we had booked at a shitty place in Miami.
The hotel right next door, $400 a night. We walked one door over, $180. And it was a whole apartment. It was like a huge like studio apartment that had a living room, fucking kitchen, huge walk-in shower that we did lots of naughty things. Toilet right across from the bed. What does Randall do?
Awesome
Gets up out
shower.
of the bed. Instead of going to the toilet right across from the bed, walks around the apartment thing, around the counter of the kitchen, and pisses next to the
I
sink.
think I pissed in the trash compactor.
It was in front of, because I could hear your piss hitting the. It had that like laminate.
That dominant, sons.
It had
that
the
dominant.
There was laminate, like not hardwood floor, but that like hollow sounding laminate floor.
Yeah, with a healthy prostate flow, by the way,
And
sons.
it was so loud, and I was like, "Where are you peeing?"
You're damn right it was, sons. You're damn right.
Yeah, because you were.
Now, let me tell you this though. You're missing the best part. I had already reserved us a hotel. I just didn't know Miami. I thought all of Miami was on the beach. So we fly in and land, and the cab takes us to our hotel, and it is in the middle of Miami, like the University
right.
of Miami.
That's
and we
right.
were like, no, sir. They were like, you're 30 minutes from the beach. And I was
Yeah.
like, what? I'm here to fuck, sons. Trying to get laid. Got the power move here. Bringing her to Miami. Gonna get it on.
And it was sketchy as
Oh, it was super. There was
fuck.
crack deals right
It
there.
was
We got sold
so
crack.
ghetto.
We bought crack right when we walked in. A little bit of the
Immediately.
nose candy. And yeah, so we were like,
When in
okay,
Rome.
so where's the beach? And everybody's like, dude, you're 30 minutes away. I was like, take us there. And we just walked and hoped we found it.
We literally got out of the cab with our fucking luggage and just walked up and down South Beach until we found. But it was incredible that we went into the one at $400 a night, and we're like, nope, sorry, bye. And next door was $180, which is still a lot of fucking money but we were only there for 2 nights.
It was nicer than $180 a night, though.
It was
for
so
being South
off
Beach.
the charts nice for what we paid for it. Because I guarantee you that $400 a night hotel was a hotel room. Like the bed, this was an apartment basically.
Yeah.
And that shower was
Oh, it was
all
awesome.
I've ever dreamed
Yeah.
of to have a shower. It was
It was real
like,
deal.
It was a room in itself. And it was like right in front of the bed. That's what I remember.
Yeah, and I remember we went somewhere and we went to some bar and we were shooting pool. And we got Yinglings and they were like $17 each. And
That was
we were
at
like,
Felt. That was at Felt.
yeah, and we were like,
Yeah.
this sucks. Let's leave. And I was like, not till we drink every drop of these $17
yes.
beers.
Yes, exactly. No,
This
I got
is
it.
expensive, sons.
I got a Yingling. You got a cranberry and vodka or a vodka.
FYI, Uncle Randy ended up face planting in the sand that night, sons. Face planted, face down.
That
But
picture,
check this out.
That
Ira
picture
Lee-
is in that video you made of like how much you love me.
It is. Ira Lee, Fat Boys winning comedy special, September 18th. Ira Lee is the truth, sons. Dude's a champion. Hilarious as hell. Skills hilarious. If you get a chance, check their shit out. I want to find, isn't it going to be on TV too? Need to find out.
September 18th, yeah.
Still, Hall of Famer right here. The GOAT, the original Ryan Coble. Boom, he's from Florida. We got all kind of Florida connections.
Oh,
now,
yeah.
sons. We're
And of
covered in
course,
Florida.
that's why he was the one saying 30 minutes north of Miami, maybe an hour. That was cool.
Ryan Coble. Ryan Coble
Is
grew
he
up.
home? Are you home?
He grew up doing all the coke in Miami,
He's
sons.
home.
All
He
the
didn't do all-
Colombian Bam Bam.
Okay, would you stop? Stop.
Ben,
Stop.
Houdini loves
Stop.
the cocaine. Where's
Stop.
the cocaine?
Stop.
Where is it? Who has it?
Stop it.
By the way, Houdini's birthday today.
No
Shout
more-
out to Houdini.
No
Happy
more Pink
birthday.
Whitney.
Uncle Randy's fine on the Pink Whitney, sons. Let's drink more. I'm smoking all this shit.
haven't
Call me Chief.
I'm just going to go.
Is that not my mentality,
No,
though?
I'm just going to go.
No, we got a little bit
You
left here.
Yes, you're home.
I think I got one more question.
Coble's home. Did
Well,
you
of
walk in the
course.
door and say, Daddy's home?
Of course he's home because he and I have a noon tea time tomorrow already.
Oh,
He doesn't even know yet.
What are you doing? What are you
trying
doing
to
over
find
there?
this last
Why do you have
question.
25,000 pages of shit printed out over there?
Because I prepare, sons.
In 365 font. What is that?
Because I am blind.
But some of it's not. That's the weird thing. Some of it's in 800 font. Some of it's in 10.
Where?
He said noon. He's going to play golf so much now that Ryan's home. Jesus.
I do so many activities, son.
So
you know
many
why? 'Cause he's
activities.
a Hall of Famer. He's not a lazy turd burglar.
Okay, of course he's not lazy, but you also have this. You're the only one that has the work schedule where you're like, "Hey, it's 11 a.m. Anybody else done with work?"
Hey, listen, champions compete. They find a way. That's all I'm going to say.
Shut
You hear Uncle Randy talk about championships. By the way, Uncle Randy's
You have
cologne will be
to. You
dropping.
have to pick up Gunner tomorrow. I have a fucking meeting.
Oh, I know. We'll be done.
Okay.
Don't you worry, honey tits. Listen, Uncle Randy's cologne
If we
is
had
dropping.
cell service on our goddamn street, it would be fine. But
That's one of the downfalls of Silvertown. No connection. Listen, here's the deal.
we
though.
don't want to be contacted when we're not in our driveways.
Listen, all this
Or
bullshit,
inside our house.
let's talk about some real shit. Uncle Randy's scent launches next week, sons. We'll be getting the first bottle of it here next week.
Why did you post the blurriest fucking picture?
It's the only thing it would let
on
me do.
Earth.
It's
on
terrible.
Instagram.
It's the one that they sent me.
This is how
it's
you know.
terrible.
This is how you know that I don't run his social media. If you see a
Grammar errors.
or a garbage, real blurry, crooked ass picture posted, that's all my love.
Yes, but here's the deal. Everybody trying to knock it. Y'all don't even know, sons. This cologne is going to change the world. Want to get laid? Wear Uncle Randy.
I
Wear
haven't
champions.
even smelled it yet. How do I come?
Hey, Uncle Randy's champions.
All right, can we
Champions
go? I gotta
by
pee.
Uncle Randy. Here's the deal, sons.
I gotta
Listen
pee.
to me close. Come in here. Take a knee. Let's talk about this.
Oh my god.
Everybody's like, oh, it's going to be bullshit. No, it's not, sons. I stole the ingredients from Versace Eros, which is probably the best men's cologne ever made. Some people say other ones. It's unisex, though, sons. Stallone gets
So
it.
like CK1. CK1
Got a
is
little
unisex.
got a little flavor of that. You know why I did that? Because I care about my wife, sons. And when I get, hey, Uncle Randy still buys a CK1 from time to time. Guess who steals it all? Boom, right there. Way more than me.
I love CK1. And what's
So-
the other one? CK2? What's the other one?
No.
You?
You. Maybe.
I don't know.
But anyway, Uncle
The black
Randy.
one.
Champions by Uncle Randy. Has a lot of the same similar traits.
Don't talk this
as
up so much if
Versace
it's not
Eros.
really happening.
It's really happening.
What? You haven't said shit to me except for that fucking blurry ass picture on Instagram, and then
That's all you need to know. Till it arrives, we'll spray a little bit. We'll tussle around in the bedroom, see if it does
baby,
anything
you
for
always
you.
smell good.
I know.
Look, I'm not lying. I gotta pee real bad, but that's one thing that I absolutely love about you. Even when you come inside after doing yard work and your body is so drenched with cologne that even when you sweat, it's got to be real bad for it
That
to
doesn't
even
make
be
any
stinky.
sense, because I've had you before just to test this theory.
What? Oh, you've
Like,
stank before, but I'm saying
I've
like for the
also
most
had
part.
you check me before and be like, "What's my musk?" And you're like, "Odorless." Unless I'm completely humming deep down
Yeah.
dirty, you're like, you don't really have a.
But that's good.
I know
it's like
good. Means I'm healthy, sons. If you smell like cat piss, sons, you got health issues.
or tortilla chips and ham.
If your kidneys are failing, you're gonna smell like cat piss.
Okay, you don't need to talk about kidneys because your piss is like
Hey,
toothpaste.
sometimes
Mm-hmm.
very toothpastey, but guess what? No odor, sons. No odor.
Oh, bullshit.
I'm talking about me.
Oh,
yes. I've pissed in our toilet and wondered if it was going to melt before. The heat from my piss after a day of 12 Mountain Dews, 10 beers, and a bottle of Fireball.
Your body, yes, it has to be real bad. Like yes.
And yes, Stephanie, I've showered sometimes up to 3 times a day.
In the summertime, it will be
shower.
sometimes 3 times a day.
Oh,
but
in the summer, undercarriage gets stinky.
easily 2 times a day in the summer, sometimes 3. He just always smells good. That's my man. He always smells good, even if he's like, oh, don't hug me, I'm sweaty and stinky. Like, it's not ever a thing.
Right.
It's got to be like,
You're right.
I can't. There's been like 2 times, and we've been together like 12 years. There's been like 2 times where I've been like, woo.
Oh, I know. And that's obvious days where even I know.
And it's like you've been out in like I don't know what the fuck you've been doing. I can't even, like, you've been in the brush, like taking down trees and shit, like for a day.
Do you want to go pee and I'll wrap up because I'm going to tell the trench story with Kilmer. Give a shout out to Kilmer.
Sure.
Or you can stay if you're good.
No, I've got to pee.
So I'm going to wrap it up with this, sons. Uncle Rand, you want to know what Silvertown is? Silvertown is friendships, all right? It's friendships. It's caring about your neighbor, goddamn. It's being selfless. Kilmer is a champion, sons. Y'all know Kilmer. You love Kilmer. You know who he is, a.k.a. Grass Allen, a champion grass man. So this weekend, Uncle Randy was talking, hey, guess what? Got to put some French drains in. Backyard not draining properly, goddamn. I need to fix it. Kilmer says, I'll be there at 10. Just have your ass ready to work. He's here at 10, puts Uncle Randy to work, sons. Can't keep up. I'm like, boss, please, can we take a break? He's like, hey, fuck you, bitch. Give me a smokestack. So I go get him a big Bud Light, sons. That's the only break he took, sons. He's sweating, he's glistening. It's like when he starts working, he gets to be 6'5" and he's glistening, glittery, goddamn. If you need somebody to help you with manual labor, Kilmer's your man. He loves the shit, sons. But he's a champion, and that's what Silvertown is about. Gave up his Saturday, sons. That's a champion friend. That's what all these people in this group in Silvertown, that's what we do, sons. Do you know your neighbor? Have you taken the time to get to know them, sons? Because if anything, that's what this pandemic has afforded us. If you hadn't gotten to know your neighbor, shame on you, sons. You're missing out on a possible Silvertown. Because we got all kind of champions here, and that's one of the bright sides of the pandemic. So write that down, sons. Kilmer, champion, works all day, loves Home Depot. Put your ass to work and destroy you, sons. He'll destroy you. Grass Allen absolutely belongs in the Hall of Fame, 100%. Listen, what he did Saturday, selfless, sons. Didn't ask for anything. I wasn't like, hey, will you come help me, buddy? And guilt him into helping. He was like, oh, you're doing that? I'll be there at 10. Have your boots on, goddamn. Be ready. I'm huffing and puffing. Back hurts, sons. It's tough work digging. Never stopped. Brooke watched. Did he ever stop? Champion.
No, I went while you were still unloading stuff from the car. I was like, I need to go scoop the backyard so they're not stepping in dog shit. And I was just out there chit-chatting with him while he started digging this trench. And it was like 5 minutes, and he was like halfway through the yard.
Oh, he was 20 feet.
I was like, oh, shit.
20 feet down with a trench. Let me tell you, here, look, Uncle Randy's not willing. He's not against embarrassing himself, sons. I had done, or thought I had done, half the yard prior. I dug nowhere near deep enough.
That drain is full of water today, though.
So then I looked at, no, it's working perfectly. I checked it today. And I watched Kilmer. I come back from unloading a load out of the car. He's dug a trench 20 feet, 3 times deeper than I had dug it in 5 minutes. It took me all day. My back was broken.
Val Kilmer is what I like to call country strong.
Country mule dick strong. Guaranteed he's got a dick as thick as this damn
I don't
cup.
know about that. You'd have to... He said your trench was a half-inch deep.
Yes. Now, the disappointment... Hey, let me tell you, sons. You know how else he's a great friend? He didn't humiliate me to my face. He just looked at it and was like, I don't know if this is going to work, buddy. I don't even want to dig this a little bit deeper. What do you think? And so he let me be part of the solution because that's what winners do. He didn't humiliate me.
He let you make the decision and
Yes.
see the problem. Baby, I saw you out there. I knew when I looked out there and you were doing it that it wasn't deep enough because I could see when you filled it back up that there was like a hump, and I was like, oh, that's going to show.
I knew it wasn't deep enough.
I didn't say a goddamn word.
No, I didn't have the gumption to go on. I was exhausted. For one, Grass Allen shows up, Kilmer, same guy, with a mattock axe, like a champion, swinging the motherfucker like Paul Bunyan.
Like a Paul Bunyan
like
axe.
it's part of him. You would never know, sons, because Grass Allen, so quiet to himself.
He didn't even look winded,
When
though,
he starts
after all
swinging
that.
that thing, he becomes the greatest athlete to ever walk this earth, sons. He swung it 2 inches from my nose and never got any closer. Splitting rocks, goddamn boulders, sons, just chipping them away, just breaking them, blasting them into a million pieces.
Hey.
No problem.
I am forever grateful to him because there is no fucking way any of that would have gotten completed without his help. Like it, because I can't go out there and help you with that. That's just going to end in disaster. That something like that, like you're just going to end up yelling at me.
No, here's where you're right. I would not have quit. It would have taken me 2 weeks. I would have done it wrong the first time, and it wouldn't have worked. Then I would have redone it correctly
and been so angry.
That I was not worth being around for a week. You're absolutely, without a doubt,
It would have ruined
right.
our lives for 2 weeks. So, I mean, Kilmer, you saved our marriage.
But let me tell you, here's what's weird. You got to know there's these country strong guys that exist, quiet to themselves. All he needs to do is smoke cigarettes when he turns into Paul
But he
Bunyan.
doesn't,
I know, but if he did, he'd be the perfect Marlboro man, Paul Bunyan.
According to his wife, he loves that shit.
But
She's
so-
like, he loves it.
Here's the thing. We get to go to Home Depot together for the first time. It's a great experience, but Kilmer's probably, 2 or 3 inches shorter than me?
So, I don't know.
I
something.
tower over the man. He's a champion, but Uncle Randy, hell, besides Stallone and Chet. Chet's taller than Uncle Randy. Chet also owns all the tactical gear in America. Got the smoke. Been spending too much money on tactical gear. So we go into Home Depot. We walk up. The guy's like, hey, guys, do y'all want masks? Paul Bunyan says, go fuck yourself, sons. We don't fuck with the Rona. And puts his finger over the guy's mouth to hush him.
Mm-hmm. And in his mouth.
And then we walk into Home Depot. Kilmer's and all of a sudden 6'5". He's towering over me. I don't know how it happened. He's a shapeshifter, son. He's a manimal.
He said he's 5'9".
When he gets into his element, he's 6'5". And he glows. And he knows where to go. Don't even ask questions. I just followed him. Just went with it.
It's like you in Publix.
Yeah, but it was like Prince when Charlie Murphy's just like he was floating in Home Depot. Kilmer just becomes like a spiritual
Becomes
place.
one with the aisles.
I think it's wherever tools are sold. Anywhere that tools are sold, Kilmer becomes...
Tools and wood.
Oh, dude, it's his shit, man.
Machinery.
He changes. He changes. And I got to witness it, sons. If you haven't gotten to go with Kilmer to a box store or a hardware store, you should.
In awe.
You absolutely should.
It's a sight to see.
And let me tell you, my point to this is that the friendships here in Silvertown are that championship level. Because I would return that. Now, I may not be as expertise as Kilmer to help you with your French drains. Now I am, sons. Hell, I know how it works now. But I would still offer up my time, but now I have to. Because Kilmer has set a precedent. That dude gave up his whole Saturday. No problem.
Yeah, it's so beyond champion.
No, I know.
He benefited nothing from that.
Except the glory of seeing it work. When we saw it work, he had the biggest boner I've ever seen.
Just being a good friend, coming over and giving all his fucking hard work just to help a friend.
The Hall of Famer Coble nailed it. He glows like the last dragon. Leroy. Yes, that's exactly what he does in Home Depot, Coble. Yeah. That's why you're a Hall of Famer. He knows how to put it.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to get out of here. Everybody knows Kilmer's a champion. We love you here. Everybody loves you. Silvertown for life, sons. Hey, pulling out your tits not going to get you in the Hall of Fame, son. Still not going to do it. Hell, do it if you want to, goddamn, but that's not going to get you in the Hall.
So does Kilmer get in the Hall of Fame for doing the French drain?
I am a complete yes on Kilmer selfless act.
He's
now,
just a Hall of Fame human.
he's a good friend. Listen, Stallone has put that out. Like, I got to give credit. Stallone did a Facebook post a while back. So, have you met Kilmer, your neighbor? Greatest guy in the world? He is. So
Yeah.
His wife's a champion. His boys are champions.
Yes.
By the shout out, Hudson Guy. Check out his YouTube channel. Kilmer's son is Hudson Guy.
Yeah.
One of the smartest kids you'll ever meet. His channel's hilarious. He's awesome. A budding YouTube star. Get in early, sons, if you want to know. Hell, Uncle Randy's just trying to help you. Subscribe and check him out.
Yeah.
So, my vote, yes. I've seen a couple of votes in here. You're the decider. I think Kilmer, Hall of Famer.
I'm the decider. I'm never the decider.
Well, me and you are equal parts. My vote, yes.
I said it. I said he's a Hall of Fame
Boom.
human.
Then guess what, folks? This is, added bonus. We just initiated our 4th member into the Hall of Fame, sons.
Just for being a badass human.
Just
and
for being a
helping-
championship coxman and a good buddy. It's Val Kilmer for you, sons. Newest Hall of Famer. Goddamn, hell, we got 4. I was wondering when we get our next one. We'll put him right there in the middle, sons.
That's up to you.
All right. There you go. We'll have his picture for the next episode. I can't wait to design his little picture frame.
Oh, my. He beat me in the crab eating contest. Now he's in the Hall of Fame.
He's killing us.
Cheers to you.
I know. And we were talking about this weekend. We can't put ourselves in the Hall of Fame. Now, I did have a couple of nominations. Larry had a couple of nominations.
Okay. Why, though? You didn't do anything.
Because Larry's a champion.
You didn't do anything except
Did you
giggle.
hear Fire Marshal Bill's story about me saying, you want to find Houdini? Go that way. If you don't, go that way.
Okay, that was funny, but that's not Hall of Fame.
Hey, okay, fair.
It's funny.
I'm not in.
You know what was also funny? Houdini fucking bouncing and not saying a goddamn
it
word.
sure was funny.
You know, you can't. Whatever.
That's why I respect your opinion. Have I put anyone in without fully getting your endorsement? No, I never
I get
would.
it. There's funny shit that happens, but it doesn't always mean it's
You're
fucking
a
Hall of
hard
Fame.
ass, and listen, you're heartless. I get it. You care about you are by the book. That's why I respect your opinion. Boom. All right. Kilmer's in the Hall of Fame. Write it down, sons. That's a done deal. We will see you guys next week. Come to Silvertown, move here. Hey, we'll look at your tits, but it's not getting you in the Hall of Fame. All right, everybody, hey, go tug off a neighbor. Go learn your neighbor, sons. Hell, they might be a Kilmer. They might be a douchebag. Though.
Go give your neighbor a French drain. Is that a sex move?
Give him a French drain. There is one called the French dip, French onion dip.
Ew. Okay.
Yeah, go give him a French onion dip, son. Google that and check it out. Go give it to your neighbor. All right, go fuck yourselves. We'll talk to you later. Suck me.